All right, you guys, we have got some great new products for the summer for you, and I'm so excited to share these with you today. We've got some beautiful summer pixie crystals for you, so I'm going to show you all of the different colors we've got, and then I'm going to do a couple of quick designs just so you guys can see a little bit how to use them. We've got a really pretty, kind of a fiery orange, kind of a reddish orange, if you will, too. Really pretty. This is going to be beautiful for kind of sunset looks and things like that. Just a bright, fiery orange color. And I'm using our glitter catch tray so that you can pour any extra back into your jars so that you don't waste the little crystals. And then our pink, kind of a baby bubblegummy pink, but it's got just a hint of a blue to it. So it's gonna look a little bit different depending on what colors you put it on top of. It may reflect a little bit more of that blue. There's almost a hint of kind of a gold to it too. Kind of a yellow gold in there, so a little bit of different iridescence to it. So again, it's going to look different depending on what colors you put it on top of. And our next color is just a pretty light green, not that bold Christmassy green, but just kind of a light foresty green. Just reminds me of all the spring blossoms and all of the plants growing. Just a really pretty green, almost limey. Okay, and our other two colors are a teal and a blue, and these two are actually really pretty if you mix them together, but just by itself, that teal, just a really fun bright teal. And I have to say, teal is one of my favorite colors, so this is probably my favorite in the collection. But just almost a sky blue teal. All right, and our last color is a really deep blue, and this one is just, kind of an oceany blue almost. Kind of almost a night sky blue. Okay, so I'm gonna do just a couple of quick little designs here for you. I've already swatched out some colors on here. So on my first nail, what I've got is a combination of 3 of our new cream clay colors. And I've got Dolphin Squeaker, which is the blue. I've got Peaked at 13, which is the green, and then Side Eye and Sunnies, which is the yellow part of that. So just a quick kind of a color fade, color wash over the nail. And then I'm gonna come in with my Ultimate Finish top coat. All right, I love the Ultimate Finish when I'm working with the Pixie Crystals because this is a no-tack top coat, so I don't have to put anything over it. I don't have to wipe any tacky surface off it, so I'm not gonna have to worry about any last little bits of that tacky surface or that tacky residue in between my little crystals. So I'm gonna start with a coat of the Ultimate Finish over my color, and the color is already cured. I did a full cure of 60 seconds on that. So I'm gonna apply a pretty liberal amount of my top coat. I don't want this too thin because I want there to be a little bit more of that top coat for the crystals to kind of grab into. I'm gonna put that over my little catch tray. And on this one, I'm gonna combine 2 of my colors. I'm gonna go with the green and, I think I'm gonna go with the green and the teal, just to kind of go with my colors underneath. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of that green up over the yellow part and then into the green. And then we'll come back with that teal color. And these 2 colors, because I've got that kind of 3 color blend underneath, the crystals are actually going to kind of blend in to that color. So you're going to get the fade underneath in the color and then also in there with the crystals. Alright, so then at this point, I'll take either an orange wood stick, or sometimes I like to just use the handle of my brush and just kind of adjust any of those little crystals if they're kind of poking off the sides or anything. Just kind of move them back up onto the nail. Flatten them out if you can a little bit so there's not anything really poking up too much. This color, actually, there's one little of that teal one. I don't want that up on my yellow, so I'm just gonna take that off. And so again, I'm just going to use my brush handle or even the brush part just to kind of set them down into that top coat. Now if you feel like maybe there's a space that you missed, but I'm going to just use my brush and pick up maybe 1 or 2 just to kind of set them wherever I need them. Alright, so again, you guys, you can kind of see how those colors, when I put a little bit of the green pixies and then the teal ones, they kind of came together in that little green section in the middle. Okay, I'm going to set this into place for about 30 seconds, but before I do that, I'm just going to check my edges, and I actually like to just kind of push them away just a little bit away from the edge. So there's almost just a little bit of space around the edge, so my clients aren't going to catch their nails on anything. They're not going to catch those crystals on anything. Okay, we'll go ahead into the light, and I'm going to cure this for a full 60 seconds. All right, so our first design is set into place. And again, because I used that Ultimate Finish top coat, there's no tacky surface to wipe off or anything else to worry about. So let's go into our second design. Now on this one, I just did 2 coats of our Manicure White 101, and that's gonna give me really good full coverage of my white. I'm actually gonna mix all of my different colors. And now as I work, I do have a little catch-all jar. So when I'm done with this, I'm gonna put all of these crystals that are mixed, I'm gonna put that into my catch-all jar. And that way you can reuse them, so you're not going to be wasting your colors, you're wasting your crystals. Okay, so I'm going to just mix a little bit of these all together. Now to make my application a little bit easier, again, I'm going to pour this into my catch-all jar so that I can just go right from my jar onto the nail. Okay, and I'm actually going to give that just a quick little shake, mix that up a little bit, and then I'm going to take a look at the colors, see if I like how much of the colors I have. To me, it looks like I've got a little bit more of that fiery orange than I want. I'm going to add in maybe a little bit more of the pink, and then maybe a little bit more of the teal in there too. All right. So again, we'll give that a quick little shake to mix that up. Okay, I like how that looks, that combination there. So again, I'm going to go back to my Ultimate Finish top coat and apply a pretty liberal coat of our top. And then we will put those crystals right into that top coat. All right, so again, just gonna kind of sprinkle those on there. And because I've got my little catcher underneath, I don't worry too much about trying to get them on there perfect. I know my little tray is gonna catch everything underneath. Okay, so tap off the extra, and then again, resituate any of them that may be kind of coming off the side, or maybe just poking out a little bit too much. This one here on the end just needs to go back up onto the nail. And it looks like maybe I've got a little bit more pink up here. Maybe I want a little bit of blue, so I'm just going to kind of separate that just a little bit. And maybe tuck that little blue piece in there. So again, you guys can really make this your own and really get those colors even on there, or get them however you want. And again, I'm just kind of pressing those down into my top coat to make sure everything's going to be secure. So when I cure it, nothing's going to poke out or pop off. All right, so I think I've got my crystals right where I want them. Again, I'm going to do a full 60-second cure to finish this nail. All right, so our design is set, and just again, you guys, when you're all finished, you can always take those last little pixies, those last little crystals that were in your tray, and just put them back into a jar, and again, save those for your next application. Hopefully you guys will enjoy our new crystal pixies and have some fun with them this summer.
Subscribe channel now. Subscribe channel now. Subscribe